Welcome, filth weavers. Oh, I was just getting the message for y'all to find some stillness, even within movement. There's stillness. The permeating field that Ramana Maharshi talks about, the permeating substratum that everything is emerging from and returning to. That stillness is ever present. Finding a sense of that. Ooh. Abilify. Is that a pharmaceutical? Well, if that's... Yeah, I wonder what that's about, why I was hearing that. We're starting with our sacred geometry deck. Coming into the permeating stillness. What messages do we have for our filth weavers? Being here, 9, noun. 9 is the noun. It's like being here at the threshold of your starry dreams. Being here at the threshold of oneness. At the threshold of becoming source. A place of saturation before it all returns to source. I feel like filth weavers are a place of saturation, and like the art of that saturation. Divine doorway, yes, the threshold. High tide. So we might be feeling lots of currents, lots of things moving around right before accessing the threshold of oneness. These currents could even be the strands of our materialization. The winds, the air, something about these currents. I'm seeing them like each of them has their own divine doorway within themselves too. Like the lattice of our larger self. There being like the source within each part as omnipresent. The source that's as yourself. Mayan dream and mandala. So this is a card of journeying into your subconscious, into yourself. And this is a card of drawing it out. Drawing out a mandala, drawing a circle, filling it with a pattern, and then reflecting on how that pattern is associated with what you're going through. Maybe we draw a mandala right now as part of our channeling. Have a red circle, burning, fire, ground, something. So this is the container, this is the context, this red line. It's like a double wall, like a double walled city. You're walled in. There's this small opening. Small opening. Small hairy opening. Maybe this is like you having digestion or colon issues, or maybe it's what's in your stomach, what's being digested. Kind of looking like a tomato. Personally, I can't really eat tomatoes right now. Or maybe they're the leaves being imprinted. Different houses, different contexts being imprinted into what you're digesting, as if each house was its own world. And so you might be processing information, that like saturation might be processing through just different worlds. Your body might carry multiple worlds within you, and so as you process information, it has to filter through all the different worlds. So it might take you longer to process than you think, or that you might like, or that other people might expect of you. I'm hearing rat's ass. I mean, if you think about rats and all the different worlds they consume from, it might be like they might be able to process this really well, or maybe they're an ally, maybe they're a spirit ally. Five, and then there's 2 sets of 3. So it's 30. 30 dots. Ten different triads. Or perhaps they're the seeds. Perhaps they're like the seeds in the tomato. Maybe this has something to do with age, rotations around the sun. Maybe you're 10 or 30. Or maybe something happened when you were 10 or 30. That you're digesting and processing. Maybe those were threshold moments in your experience. Entering into adolescence, entering into your 30s, and like the increase of responsibility. You might be answering, there might be like you might feel a discrepancy between those two worlds and like who you're responding to, who you're responsible for. Are you being responsible for others or yourself? Something about the inner adult and inner child having a conflict, possibly. Maybe you're trying to access your inner child and you don't remember. You don't remember how to play. And maybe you do. I'm seeing this person reaching out. Looks like they might be holding a child, like the way that children can help us remember how to play when we get older. And the stars can help us remember how to play. I'm feeling this sense of like the digestion being cramped up, and like because there's like so much processing happening between all the different worlds, and like playing, a sense of being playful can really start to unwind that tension. And each of these little black circles can be portals to play. And I'm sensing like not worrying about like the pattern of how it's going to turn out. Like maybe you see patterns that you've been correcting, or not correcting, but like trying to change certain patterns that you don't like. And so you have an idea of how it should be, but this is saying that, like, it's just inviting you into the unknown. It's inviting you to play. And that will actually help your digestion of, like, life, stimuli, and also food. Yeah. Making space for yourself to play. How can we support our filth weavers to play? Let's get our luminaries. I'm feeling in my belly like this fire, this excitement, and this fire burning. When I think about, like, the possibilities for play, and it's just making me think how in Hinduism, or in Ayurvedic medicine, is like the digestive fire is called Agni, and so I'm feeling my Agni. I think that's what it's called. There was something else, but it slipped away. Oh yeah, it was like this. I've been having this feeling lately of, like, even just holding the intention of, like, humor, I think can, like, elicit it. Like, I feel like there's a buoyancy in the spirit that kind of ripples out when I am attuned to that. To the intention, when I'm attuned to the intention of laughing or being funny or making other people laugh, then, like, I feel like there's a buoyancy in my spirit that ripples out and is it like it catalyzes laughter. Like, even just holding that intention starts to, like that weaver, those hands. When the trickster comes out, those hands weave trickster. Supports for filth weavers to access play. I think this is the dolphin. Or maybe it's something else. Oh, it's love. This is page 48. The vibrations of the numbers 2 and 8. Love was never lost. You might ask yourself, how do I experience love without doing anything? Human eyes tend to see only lack of love. This is human perception. Like the ocean waves, I am endless. I am forever present, holding a place for you, reminding you that you too are the essence of love. I am all the colors, all the parts of the one. You do not always recognize me, for love shows up in unusual ways. I hold my light high to show you the way. There's nothing to fear, nothing to hide, nothing to run away from. Love knows you as you are, and you are perfect because you too are love. What you experience develops your many colors. Beneath, behind, and in full view, it is all love. So returning to the source, that threshold of returning from the saturation back to the source. Not recognizing love within the saturation, but recognizing love in the source, emanating the materialization, emanating the saturation, being saturated by the love, by the oneness, by the source. So yeah, accessing play. First accessing love and that space of acceptance. Is there anything else the Filth Weavers we have to share with the Filth Weavers? Let's see. Pulling one of these cards. Just a final message for the Filth Weavers as we come into acceptance of love. The Empress. Yes, you are love. There is like a seriousness to your love. But with these poppies, there's also like a temporality. Things fleeting and changing. Weaving, unraveling, weaving, unraveling. A sense of being clear and focused on the source. And there's like a brightness behind you, holding you up. There's a brightness shining on your face. In the face of so much catastrophe, you might not be showing it, but that feeling of love is within everything. And it comes out in ways that are true. It moves through us in ways that recognize our humanity. It's not always sunshine and flowers. But the source of it is the life that creates those. And it's also what moves us to weep or be concerned or be focused in our processes. So as we attune to the playfulness, the trickster, and that fire in our belly grows, so does the depth of our wisdom. I'm feeling just like a presence and a gentleness. And like a sincerity. I feel like her eyes are digesting what's happening, what's unfolding around her. So yeah, that might be what you're doing. It's just taking it in. And letting that fire within you grow. Well, may you have fuel for your fire. May your fires keep burning. My love to you, Filth Weavers.